So right now I have my camera tripod set up on my kitchen table, and I have this shelf behind it, and this is one of my kitchen chairs, and this is where I'll usually sit to feed Maxwell if I'm going to be pumping. I try to pump once every day. Some days I don't get to, some days I'll pump twice, like if I feel like there's another time in the day where I have enough where I feel like I will pump while I'm feeding again, but I will feed Maxwell over here sitting in a kitchen chair while I am pumping. So I usually keep a blanket over on this chair just because we usually do it once every day, and when I'm pumping and feeding him, I'll usually feed skin to skin, so I'll be wearing nothing on top and he'll be wearing just a diaper a lot. Because it's just a good opportunity to get that in. So we'll keep a blanket over here to keep us warm. And I use the Medela brand breast pump. I usually keep all of these bottles over here on the drying rack where they dry after I wash them. So I usually will wash the one that I've just used, and whichever one is clean, I will try to set it up. That way it's already all set up for the next day when I go to pump. I can just grab it and use it. First, I will set up the pump to the tubing, and then I'll start feeding him, and then once he's started feeding, I will put the pump on the other breast, and I will turn on. And then I'll sit, pump, and feed, and then once I'm done pumping, I will just disconnect the bottle until I'm done, and I will go ahead and continue to feed Maxwell over here. Then when he's done, I will put the breast milk in a breast milk storage bag, and I usually have this bowl over here just so that, because I have Maxwell, I'm not always able to do everything right away, so I'll usually go ahead, disassemble the parts, put them in there, get the milk put in the freezer, get him all dressed and settled, and then I will go ahead, bring this, wash everything, come over, get the clean one, and assemble it for the next day. And that's what I do when I'm going to pump. Now I will show you guys what I'm usually wearing when I go out of the house so that I can nurse easily in public. It's usually what I'm always wearing all the time because I almost always have Maxwell with me. Usually I will be wearing a plain colored regular tank top because it is cheaper to purchase than a nursing tank top. Over the tank top, I will wear whatever shirt I'm going to be wearing, whether it's just a plain t-shirt or a dressier shirt, but I'm always wearing a tank top underneath that shirt. And then I'll just put the sweatshirt on because this happens to be the outfit that I'm wearing today. So when I go to nurse him, what I will do is reach into the shirt from on top, and I will unclasp the nursing bra, which I'm also wearing a nursing bra always, so I'll unclasp the nursing bra and pull down the tank top to expose the breast, which I'm not actually going to undo the nursing bra right now, but then that way you can lift up the shirt, you have the tank top on, and the tank top is down, but usually the breast will be exposed here. So when he is nursing, everything is covered. So this is exposed, but his head is here, the tank top is here, and my other shirt is on top. So I'm literally covered in all areas, and there's no need to use a nursing cover. And then when I'm done, I'll just put it down, have him in my arm, and it's pretty easy to get everything situated and clasped back up. And it's very discreet, no need for a cover. And I will now use my adorable assistant to show you how we do it. So I sit down, and I usually put him on my lap like this, and he's usually crying because he's very hungry. And so, get everything ready from over the shirt. I get it ready to pull out. I get the baby in the front, right over it. And then I pull the other shirt up. Oh dear baby. And then he nurses. And while I'm nursing him, I'm totally covered on top, on the bottom, and it just looks like I'm holding my baby. to go ahead and recap, I haven't made a video in a long time. Like, I haven't really made a vlog since Maxwell's been born. Just his, my labor and delivery stories. But, so, just to recap how breastfeeding has gone for us. We immediately tried to breastfeed right when Maxwell was born. He didn't actually breastfeed really at that moment. He kind of tried to latch on but didn't really do it. But we mostly just skin to skinned then. Later on, when we got settled in our permanent room afterwards, not the room that I delivered him in, then we went ahead and started breastfeeding really then. And he like took onto it right away. We didn't really have any problems. The only big problem that we had at first was that he wanted to eat only on my left side and not at all on my right side. Yeah, and basically I thought maybe he didn't like that one, like, or something. He wasn't latching onto it correctly, but a lactation consultant came in and she said that his latch was perfect. It did hurt like a little bit at first, just like, you know, I think it's just getting your nipples used to it. It wasn't like painful while he was eating at all or anything. I think it was just like after he was done eating. But that didn't last very long. I didn't really use any lanolin cream at all that much. I tried to mostly use coconut oil because I had heard better results from it and stuff, and it worked pretty good for me. So then when we continued to breastfeed, when we got home, he still did not want to eat from my right side. Now my right side was getting really engorged, so I went ahead and started pumping that side for a couple of days. And that worked okay for a while. It relieves the engorgement for a little bit and helped out, but he still just didn't want to eat from that side. I believe that I might have had a couple of clogged ducts from the beginning, like over there, maybe just from him not wanting to eat over there from the very beginning. But so a lactation consultant had come to my house and showed me how to use my electric breast pump. And when she showed me how to use that, she was telling me like all different things to try, which I had heard of before, but I don't know why I didn't try it, I guess. He was just new, I was very scatterbrained, and so what she ended up telling me to do, and I tried, was to put like a hot cloth on it. So I got like a cloth really with hot water, and I just held it there for a while. I had already tried like taking a hot shower with the water directed on it, but that didn't help so much. So I did the cloth, and then I just kind of massaged around it, and then afterwards I like pumped from it, and it got like a little bit softer. It had been like rock hard, really engorged, and once it got a little bit softer, then he finally fed from it. Like for the first day since he was born, he fed from it. And he fed from it for like a good like 20 to 30 minutes. It was awesome. And ever since then, everything's been pretty much evened out. Actually, since then, he has preferred the right to the left, which is funny because it used to be the other way around. Now, as far as supplementing, Maxwell has only had formula once, and it was when I was getting my surgery to get my appendix out. He had to have 4 different 2-ounce bottles of formula, and that was it. But other than that, we have been exclusively breastfeeding, and I mean, I just feel so lucky. We're doing great. He's feeding right now. He's always eating. We just have been doing really well, and I tried to pump at least once every day just to make sure that I keep a current milk supply going, you know, that way, like, I will always have good and fresh breast milk, like, saved up in case something did happen, whereas when I had my appendix out, it was too early, I didn't have a stash saved up, but had I, then I would have had enough. I know now that he could go ahead and drink that rather than having to have the formula.